All right, Algebra 2, last video that we'll have on polynomial division for today is what happens when we do division but we're missing a term. So remember, standard form would be like x squared, x, and then a constant. Or it could be like x to the fourth, x to the third, x to the second, x constant. So you need to make sure when you're dividing that you don't have any missing terms. So if we look here, we have x to the third plus 8x minus 24. When we look here, we're missing something. Okay, we're missing x squared. Okay, we're missing an x squared. It's not there. So when we set this up, we need to make sure we account for what we're missing. Otherwise, we're going to get the wrong answer. So we're divided by x minus 2, and we know we're missing an x squared. So we're going to write this as x minus 2, kind of like we have been, divided by x to the third plus, okay, we're missing x squared next. So we're going to put in a 0x squared. We're missing an x squared term. So we're going to write 0x squared to fill its space, plus 8x minus 24. So here is the missing term that's missing from our problem, and we're going to just account for it by putting a 0x squared in. Okay, now it's exactly the same. We're going to divide. I need to make this x minus 2 have an x cubed in front, so I would have to multiply x minus 2 by x squared. X squared times x gives me that x to the third, so these eliminate. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. And just like before, we subtract, making sure our first terms eliminate. We have 0 minus negative 2, which if you want to check off to the side, 0x squared minus negative 2x squared is 0x squared plus 2x squared, which is 2x squared. Okay, always check your subtractions. So we have 2x squared. Bring down the next term. Okay, what do I need to multiply x by to get 2x squared? Well, I definitely need to multiply by a 2 and an x. 2x times x gives me 2x squared, so that's good. 2x times negative 4 gives me negative 4x. And I'm going to subtract. First terms match, which is always good. Those eliminate. 8 minus negative 4 is the same as 8 plus 4x, which is 12x. And bring down our last term, minus 24. I'm going to have to multiply this by a 12. 12 times x is 12x. 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. And when I subtract, I get 0. So my answer is x squared plus 2x plus 12. So when you're missing a term, this was missing an x squared. It was gone. So we put in a 0x squared when we were dividing to account for it. Now, sometimes the constant might be missing, sometimes the x might be missing, sometimes a different term will be missing, but always check and see if you have a missing term.